Sue Kamuda is just an unbelievable person. I feel so fortunate to have gotten to know her over the last few years.
To know Sue is to love her. She really just radiates goodness. She's selfless, she's brave.
Sue lived in Willowbrook for many, many decades. She has 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, and she's a breast cancer survivor. She was fortunate that it was found relatively early, it was treated, and she's not had any recurrences. But she went through a lot.
Truly, Sue is she's an incredible woman.
In 1984, Sterigenics set up shop in Willowbrook, and their business is sterilizing medical equipment. So they use this gas called ethylene oxide to sterilize medical equipment.
So what happens is you have a facility and they take in product. So medical devices, pharmaceuticals, they go into a huge chamber. That metal chamber is closed, sealed, everyone leaves the area, and ethylene oxide, it's a gas, so it's pumped into these chambers. It's hundreds of thousands of pounds that are just soaking into these packages. After that process is over, the gas actually has to be removed from that chamber in order for it to be safe to actually open it for the people who work there. So it's pulled from this chamber and it's sent out into the air. There is absolutely no way to detect it. It is completely invisible. There's no smell.
For many, many years leading up to 1984, when they established their business in Willowbrook, they had known that it was a carcinogen. The operations began without any pollution controls, and for many years after they began operating in Willowbrook, they failed to implement appropriate pollution controls.
We know that in a lot of their other facilities, they had to reduce the amount that was going to go into the environment, and they just didn't do it at Willowbrook. It was a choice.
In 2018, the government published a report that indicated that there was a high risk in this area, and that's when people started hiring lawyers. As we dug into the case, we recognized that there were a lot of failures over the years.
There was many times when they were forced to make a decision. Do we open up another facility, or do we spend money to install pollution controls and there isn't any sort of revenue that we can generate from this? Obviously, in the long run, a couple $100,000 would have saved them $500 million, but I guess hindsight's 20/20 for them.
We had outstanding experts, and we got into the nitty-gritty science as to how ethylene oxide, once inhaled into the lungs and distributed throughout the body, how it can be capable of causing primarily breast cancers, because the breast is very vascular, and so as the bloodstream is sending ethylene oxide, tumors can grow. And so as we explained those details to the jury, they became well educated on the science and understood why this is such a noxious chemical.
In this case, when the jury came back and we were all sitting there, the first thing you hear is, at least in Illinois, is it verdict form A or verdict form B? So you automatically know, okay, did they find for the plaintiff or did they not?
I had the good fortune of holding Sue's hand as the verdict was being read. And so as the judge was reading each count, it just kept getting better and better.
Ultimately, this is a $363 million award, $38 million in compensatory damages, the rest in punitive, which was incredible.
So to sit there with her and hold her hand as that verdict was read was a special moment. Yeah.
It was really important for her, because punitives are more than her. That is truly to punish the company, and that's what she was there for. She was there for herself, she was there for her family, but for her, she just wanted people to be able to breathe clean air.